Brand new from Samsung, and this is crazy. It's going to be insane for sim racing because we have this monitor here is 600 hertz in QHD and 1040 hertz in HD. That is insane. So you can now do iRacing in 1000 hertz, which is mad. They've got Delta Force on here, which I don't really play Delta Force normally, but you can see, well, you won't be able to see through the screen the frame rate because you're going to be locked at 60. But let me tell you, this screen goes 10 times more refresh rate than the 60 you can see, and then you can get up to 1000 hertz. So if you want to sacrifice a little bit of the pixels, but you want to get the ultimate frame rate, I mean, I'm obsessed with trying to run this thing in iRacing at like 1000 hertz, and just, what is that going to be like compared to VR? What's that going to be like seeing apexes? Are you going to have any like motion blur when it's refreshing that quickly? Is it actually going to be better to run in HD? We spoke to AMD earlier about, they were saying, hey guys, just run lower resolution and use your AI upscaling, make sure you get your frames in. So that could be that. We have some other monitors as well here, which I want to show you about if you're interested in sim racing. But this is the big one, like everyone in the world is talking about this. You can now do 1000 hertz in sim racing, like in HD. I can barely believe I'm seeing that, to be honest. Like, that is absolutely insane. Let's go have a little look at the OLED. So the OLED here, yeah, that's right. So the OLED here, 32-inch OLED, this is 240 hertz, a load of ports on the back as well. It's got pass-through, basically power, 98 watt USB-C, so you can charge your you can plug in your laptop basically, and use this as like a productivity monitor in the day, and then you can have your GPU on your big PC, and you can go up to 240 hertz. Obviously, it's OLED, so you're going to get those really dark, inky blacks. And we know, I've talked about the Samsung G9 OLED monitor before. This is now the G80. You don't have that ultra wide, so you're not having to push so many pixels as well. So that's pretty crazy, 240 hertz. And then Samsung is doing their dual mode monitors, which they call it, which is, these are even more insane. You've got 5K at 180 hertz, and then you've got 360 hertz at QHD, and it's dual mode. So why would you have dual mode? Okay, I think, let's say you're sim racing in iRacing, ACC, LMU, like AC Rally, AC Evo, all these ones, right? Some of your games are better optimized than others. So if you're in iRacing, and let's say you're better optimized, you might be able to go into 5K mode and push your frames. But when you go into AC Evo and it's early access, it's not as well optimized. Maybe you want to drop it into QHD, maybe you want to get more frames. And Sam, I think this one is insane as well, the Cyberpunk one. This is also the G80 HS32, 6K. I think this might be the world's first 6K gaming monitor potentially. So can you even see any pixels in here? If you can't see any pixels, you get as close as you want. You can't see them. 6K, you're going to need a beastly GPU obviously to run it. But let's say you don't yet, you can drop it down into 3K and run at 330 hertz. This is a glasses-free 3D monitor. Bit of a tongue twister for me. I've never tried one of these before. I'm using the XR glass at the moment. I'm using VR at the moment. I've done a lot of streaming in 3D VR. But oh my God, this is absolutely crazy. So there is some eye tracking going on. I think I can see maybe infrared cameras or something up there. Just to explain, because you might not be able to see it, but this drone for me is like in a plane that's closer. I think there's some AI going on maybe to make this happen. My character for me is also like in 3D. So for me, I have 3 layers to this scene. I have this little drone and this dude. Then I have these rocks and this chain link fence, and then I have the background. And for me, they're definitely in 3 different layers. Whoa! Wow. Okay, I might. For sim racing, this could be absolutely insane. Because imagine you have your horizon there, you have your cockpit, you have your tires, you have the apex arriving, and you can see the apex arrive in 3D. It's absolutely insane. I can already see how this will work in sim racing. Because you have this plane here, your car will be like on this first plane. The background, let's say you're at Spa, like the background, the hills, the trees, look up here, like this, we could be at like Eau Rouge, right? That's in the background, and then you'll see like the apex is approaching. This is pretty crazy. You might not be able to get this on camera. You might need to go down to your local Samsung like experience store if they've got one near you. But this is pretty crazy. I'm massively hyped for this. Glasses free as well. I'm wearing glasses now to record it for you, but glasses free. So you don't need to put on the, you know, going back to cinema in the old days, you don't need this. This is pretty crazy. I can see why they've chosen this as the game to use, because this drone is flying around. But I can imagine like the halo. If you're in a Formula 1 car, like the halo coming around could be absolutely insane as well. This is a bit of a madness. Maybe you'll be able to see some part of it. I'm sure if I look away, surely the tracking will stop. Yeah, the tracking must stop. And then when I come back, it picks up the tracking through the eyes. So, and I think this is another 6K monitor from Samsung. Another 6K monitor, which is, oh my God, okay, well, Jesus, this is absolutely insane. This is absolutely insane. This takes this scene from in 2D, oh my God. So obviously I've got the pillars here, I've got my drone, but I can see the staircase go down. I've got these little blue things coming off. This is an absolute this is a genuine game changer, this one.
Nintendo had something like
And
this
this could be crazy for sim racing, really. I think the USP could actually be sim racing. Maybe chase cam enthusiasts as well. You might have your car here. Imagine your car's here in chase, and you've got your, you know, looking at a nice bunda of your. Feels like my finger is in the drone right now, just to give you an idea. Can you put your camera closer, Sam? So right now, my finger feels like it's in the drone. How far am I away from the screen, Sam?
About 3 inches.
That's crazy. So for me, that's how far it comes forward. And also with my dude there, I can feel him like stroking off the back. Crazy. This is the G90. The G90. One to watch. Okay, this is crazy. We're going to do some Forza here at CES Las Vegas. Now, I've got an Xbox controller. I can see Master Chief, but I can also see an NVIDIA sign. So I'm going to sit here with the controller, and we're going to go in Forza. But the crazy thing is, there is no Xbox here, and I love they've done it on manual gears. I rate that. There is no Xbox. This is all through GeForce Now. This is all through streaming. Even at CES, where like we've struggled with internet at CES, but here apparently only 40 to 50 megabits needed, and I'm on a massive screen as well. And this TV, this is a TV. It goes up to 165 hertz on all 4 HDMI ports, which is crazy. If you've got a home and you have a TV like this, all you need is an Xbox controller and a GeForce Now subscription, I guess, and you are rocking and rolling like this, you are actually racing, which is pretty crazy. Pretty crazy. This is almost reaching like maybe the promised land I've been talking about recently of like no fuss gaming, no fuss sim racing, where you just pick up your controller, pick up your wheel. We know that Logitech is starting to do some stuff, for example, in GeForce Now using wheels, so maybe you can do that in the future. But yeah, this is absolutely insane.